Hello everyone, this is Bowser Galaxy 10.
I love this movie.
Welcome to our rambling review of Ant-Man.
Which was a special case in this where both me and Joel had never seen it.
Yep. It's a little weird for me though, because I'd seen the second one. But yeah, I'd never seen this movie actually.
I love it.
This movie's great. It's some great action, it's absolutely hilarious.
Yep.
Man. And some good emotional character moments.
It's Guardians of the Galaxy, but normal people, quote unquote.
And heist movie.
Yeah.
Instead of space opera things. And no raccoon.
Instead we have ants.
Instead ants. And Thomas the Tank Engine.
Where do we even start? The effects are amazing.
Yeah, the shrinking, growing stuff, it's awesome. They do, and it's not even just like cool effects. They do some pretty clever. They have some pretty clever stuff with it.
Yep.
Like I remember, I specifically remember the one scene where the guys are like shooting at him, and he just shrieks to dodge, and then jumps through the bullet hole. I'm like, that's creative.
And of course the climax.
Yep.
Like a young child's room is just a perfect way to end. To have a climax of, where it's like most people would know the size of those.
Yeah, and they had some really fun comedy. Like, they're like, oh, he threw this gigantic train across the room, and you're like expecting this, it's like flying towards the window, and you're expecting like a huge crash as it smashes in the window, and it just goes, and then it just, nothing happens. It's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, the sound design was on point perfectly.
Yeah.
To make this movie just seem way, quote, full pun intentional, way bigger than it is. Oh, what's wrong with us?
We ask this like every video we make.
Pretty much.
Anyway, shall we discuss characters?
I'm starting to think Scott's overruled Captain America as my favorite.
Oh man, wow. I wouldn't go that far.
Like, he is amazing. Like, Captain America is still my favorite for being the hero character. Scott is my comedic jewel.
He's wonderful.
Though I haven't seen the Spider-Mans yet.
I will say, I got more appreciation for him. A good amount more appreciation for him as a character in this movie. It's not to say that he's like, I wouldn't necessarily say he's worse in the other movies or anything. It's just there wasn't as much, I guess.
Well, it makes sense.
He's not the main. Well, okay, he's the main character in the second one, but.
Yeah, well, he has to share the spotlight.
Yeah, a little bit.
Anyway.
He's wonderful. He's super funny. He's pretty cool. And witty and clever. I think he's one of the better comedians out of the MCU cast.
Easy. Like, I think his only competition is Star-Lord.
Yeah.
Like, that's really his only competition, and the fact that he's doing all this without many people to jump off is amazing.
Yeah. I will also say, like, him and Cassie is just the most wholesome thing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, they're so wholesome.
Yep.
Speaking of Cassie...
Best dad of the MCU.
Yeah. Speaking of Cassie, Cassie is adorable.
She is child. And cute child.
But she is
the bunny was hilarious.
She's also like...
It's so
ugly. I love it. She's also is kind of witty. It's just really fun. I love the like young child who's actually like really witty. It's
Where you
really
know
fun.
every single kid actor who's able to do that kind of role is just loving every second of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It reminds me of one of the scenes from the X-Men one where one of the villains is in the body of a young girl and that young girl gets to say, "I'm going to come and kill you." And just imagine being that little girl actor being able to say that to one of the heroes of X-Men.
All right.
But yeah, Scott's definitely my favorite comedic-wise of the main characters. He's probably second for me.
Yeah. Actually, I will say there is one other character that I think rivals him and Star-Lord for comedy. We will not be seeing her for a while, unfortunately. But
Well, I already know who it is then. Just from you saying her. Then again, we also have Spider-Man at some point, so I'm gonna have to see how that Spider-Man goes.
actually, I'm not sure you do know who it is.
Guess I'll find out.
Anyway,
Luis?
Luis? Okay, actually, never mind. Luis is also up there with the best comedians in the MCU. Oh my goodness. Luis.
Really?
Oh, man.
All those three of the ragtag group?
Yeah, okay. All three of them are great, but Luis is like...
The one I remember the name.
He's the one we remember the name of, and he's like 2 tiers higher than them.
Yep.
I love Luis so much.
Baskin Robbins always finds out, man.
He's just a bundle of chaotic energy, and he just...
He's kind of what I wished that I got from GTA 4's characters, honestly. where when they show up in America and start doing heists, I kind of wish I got something like him.
Yeah. Like, just random stuff like, oh man.
So that guy told this guy, and this guy told that guy.
Yeah.
Who knew this guy? Who knew this guy? Who knew this guy?
Yeah. I'll say this. I already knew I loved Luis from the second movie because he is this good in that movie.
Perfect. I can't wait.
I'm glad to see I'm glad to see he was that good from the start.
Brilliant.
Yeah. But like random stuff like, oh yes, I took out the guy. I mean, oh man, it's such an unfortunate casualty. And then he like comes back later and brings him out of the building. It's so
Before he dies, and it's like, aww.
It's so wholesome, but also it's just so funny.
Yeah.
Every time he does anything, you're just laughing like crazy. He's
Hey, Scott, I saved you, right? Scott? Scott?
We're the good guys, right?
Yeah, we're the good guys. Doctor dude?
Hank.
Forget his
Hank Pym.
Yeah, let's just go Hank.
He's like a lot of the driving emotional side of the story, I think.
He is one of the best mentor characters I've seen of the MCU.
Yeah, I like how he's kind of a jerk a little bit.
I kind of got the Captain America First Avenger General vibes from him, honestly.
Ant Cow.
No, we got Ant Dog instead.
Ant Dog.
Ant Dog.
Yeah. He's pretty great.
And the stories of him in the suit is just fantastic.
Yeah.
I was getting a lot of Otto Octavius vibes from him, honestly. Like a lot of his stuff, like especially with the suit eventually screwing with your mind. I was getting a lot of Otto Octavius from that. Like I was hearing him explain to Sue, and I was like, okay, this sounds really familiar. And I like this turn on it.
Yeah, by the way, fun fact, the original Ant-Man and Wasp in the comics are actually Hank Pym and Janet.
Oh, I love that. Ooh, we got some
I actually don't know for sure if Scott is in the comics or not.
That actually gives me some Blaster Master vibes from Konami, where they kind of did stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not way too familiar with Ant-Man, so I'm not totally sure. I just know Hank Pym is Ant-Man, but not this time.
I like that. I really like that, actually.
And I also know that Janet Van Dyne is Wasp, but not this time.
Alright, why can't I remember the... Hope?
Hope's fun. Hope is great. She also is pretty involved in the emotional
taking
stuff.
a while to guess.
But she's also
going to be there a bit more in the second movie.
Yeah.
Don't spoil Joel, please.
But yeah.
But I love her so much
cool.
in this.
She's very cool. She has some really fun drama with Scott.
And I like them more than Thor and his girl.
Yeah. Jane Foster.
Yeah, that one. Whatever her name was. I've already forgotten it.
I'm like starting to wonder, what has Natalie Portman done that I actually like?
What?
I guess I need to see Dark Knight Rises again and see if Catwoman's good. Anyway.
Anything else on Hope?
I don't know.
Fun, quirky banter, and her being the Shadow of Sky is hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, since he was only in one scene,
Falcon. That poor freaking Falcon, man.
Can I say I fought an adventure and lived? Yeah, but you kind of fought Falcon, so...
That's like saying, I fought a member of the Justice League. You fought Robin.
Which Robin?
Doesn't matter.
Sort of, yes.
But maybe a mid-tier Robin.
Okay, so... Tim Drake Robin got it.
I don't actually know.
Oh look, the mob outside's grown bigger.
I don't actually know the Robins very well. I'm not that familiar with DC. Anyway, yeah, poor guy.
Yeah.
he's just there to kind of get beat up, and I guess to set up Civil War.
Yeah, I guess so.
So, it was fun to see him though.
And then the villain, Yellow Jacket.
Also, there's Darren.
Yellow Jacket.
Yeah.
That's what I'm gonna remember him as. I was really expecting for this film to pull another one of those where it's like, the evil scientist is doing something, but the villain is the guy he's using the suit on kind of deal. But no, it actually gave us the actual scientist being the villain.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I think he was like, I think for MCU, he's for an MCU villain. He's better than average, but I don't think he's like.
He's above average.
He's definitely above average.
He's easily above average. Like, I remember him.
Yeah. I
could say that more than I can about the Iron Man 2 free or all the other guys from back then.
Yeah. I wouldn't say he's like super outstanding, but you know, as far as MCU, which the weakness tends to be the villains, he's not bad. He's very good. He's a good villain.
Calm.
Right, sorry. Okay. We're forgetting someone? I feel like
No,
we're forgetting
I think
someone.
so. I think we went through most of the people. We went through...
Oh wait, we forgot. How could we forget about the most important legendary character
You're
of all?
talking about the
Who made
police
the
dude,
great,
aren't you?
who made the great heroic sacrifice in this movie. May he rest in peace. We can't forget about Anthony.
He was an ant.
But he was the ant. And he sacrificed his life to save Scott Lang in his moment of need. He was a martyr. We shall never forget him.
I thought you were going to talk about police, dude.
I forgot about police too. So he's fine.
Meh, he exists.
Yeah, good bullet.
He had a good part of the ending.
Yeah.
Climax
I
and
don't remember what
ending.
his name is.
Paxton, I think.
Paxton. Okay. I'm probably not gonna remember that because I'm bad with names. I probably won't remember Darren's name by like next week. So
He was Yellow Jacket.
maybe I'll remember that. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, good movie. Like a 7 out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
7 or 8 out of 10.
Oh, yeah. The fight in the briefcase with the cell phone.
I'm gonna disintegrate you!
Playing Disintegrate. It's like, yep. Yep.
Another example of the quality comedy writing in this movie.
Yeah. But yeah, the freaking climax is the best part of this whole movie. Like, my god, I loved all that part. That whole part.
Yeah.
This probably has the best climax of the MCU movies, like, quite up there. Like, it's quite up there. Maybe an Avengers beats it out, but it's like, most of the others don't compare. Maybe Guardians of the Galaxy, mostly because of how stupid it is.
Dance off, bro! You and me, let's go! What? I'm distracting you!
That's the reason why Star-Lord and Ant-Man are so freaking close in comedy, but I think Ant-Man beats him out just a bit.
I think for me, I kind of lean towards Scott because it's kind of a little bit more wholesome comedy and a little bit less like.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah, a little bit less crass humor.
Yeah. Yeah. Captain America's my favorite hero. Ant-Man's my favorite dude. I think I'm gonna go with that. Like, Cap may be the hero, but Ant-Man is the thing that makes us laugh.
And Luis.
Indeed.
So yeah.
So next one, Civil War.
Avengers Civil War. I mean, Captain America. Sorry, it's a Captain America movie. It's a Captain America movie.
It's Avengers in name only. It's
Captain America. It's a Captain America movie. It's Captain America 3. It's not an Avengers movie.
Yeah, it's Captain America 3, Avengers 4.
That wouldn't be Avengers 3.
Right, Avengers 3.
It's Captain America 3, Avengers 3, Civil War.
Yes. See? Perfect.
And we'll get to see Ant-Man again, right away.
Yay! Ant-Man will return in a few months. He'll be there in a bit. He's trying to fill out another Baskin-Robbins application.